Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakahak Wadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who ruled and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shabbat Shalom. This is the brother Ra'aya coming at you with another lesson. And I'm going to start it off in Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. You know, speaking of the elect, the 1/3 of the elect of the nation of Israel over here in the Western Hemisphere, mainly the United States of America, you know, praising and fearing the name of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, which you can see that great awakening taking place as we speak with the Hebrew Israelites, not the so-called black Hebrew Israelites, because the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners who look like these heathen nations out on the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting up video epistles like this, you know, waking up our people and saying of the judgments that are going to come upon not only the wicked of our people, but you heathens, especially you Edomites or so-called white people. But again, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. And you can see that, you know, these devils, these Edomites, hey, they're terrified of this word. Hence why, you know, they constantly want to put that black label in front of us. And what? They're setting up little you know, pieces of legislation here and there. So when they fully come with that demonization campaign, you know, they can be fully justified in coming against us and, you know, scrubbing this word off the internet and taking the men of the Lord off the highways and byways. And it's going to get to the point to where it's going to get violent and they're going to be coming, you know, for our lives. But as it said, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall set up a standard against him. Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to protect his elect, and we're damn sure going to need it with what this devil is about to come down with like a flood. Which brings me to this article on endtimeheadlines.org that I'll be going into, titled Senior Pentagon Official Announces Plans to Invest in Autonomous Killer Robots. And over these last couple of months, you know, there's been all this talk about the advancements of AI and, you know, these robots out here. You know, you've got the Tesla bot that they're saying you can buy as your personal servant. You know, you've got those female-looking bots out there. You've got some very, you know, anatomically realistic robots out there. It's just like every other bit of news out there is AI and robots. Well, hey, it's not just for your leisure. It's for ultimately for lethality, because this devil is about to pull out all the stops to establish his NW0, his great RESET. And that's going to involve a lot of deletion out here. And these robots are going to be heavily used in doing so. And the main target is going to be you Israelites, just like you Israelites are always the main target for everything this devil comes with. During the C-19, who was the main target of getting the juice? Who was said to be most at risk? With this recent push to take away DEI or diversity, equity or equality and inclusion agendas, who's been the face of it? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Though really, you got a lot of Edomites that are suffering from it. But regardless, anything this devil comes with, you Israelites are always the main face of it. And it's going to be no different when these, you know, robots get that lethal switch turned on them. And these things are right around the corner. Apostle Tahar has termed 2025 to be the hopeful year of the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel and the destruction of Esau, Edom. And, this year literally started off with a bang with that situation that happened on Bourbon Street. You've got, this situation with the planes, these pestilences like the avian sneeze, these sanctions getting thrown around, tariffs, wars and rumors of wars. It's just like one major event just keeps happening after another, and it's eventually going to culminate into all hell breaking loose and us being fully engulfed in the times of Jacob's trouble, which is going to be worse than any other time in human history, when this devil is really going to show his horns because he knows that this is his last hurrah to hold on to power. But this is Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe or destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, that deceiver, Esau, Edom, specifically the elites, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Hence why you're seeing them speed up their agendas, because these elites know that their time is almost up. As it says in, I believe, Judith chapter 5, whenever Israel is calling back on their power and, not committing sins out here, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai helps out Israel and fights against their enemies, the heathens. And it's no different now. The elect of the nation of Israel, are calling on the names of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and doing whatever they can to stay in the good graces of their power. And then you've got the prophets out prophesying, which is also a telltale sign that a kingdom is going to come to its end. So these elites are about to pull out all the stops to keep that from happening. And the main target is going to be you Israelites. In a striking revelation that has sent ripples through defense circles and beyond, a senior Pentagon official recently disclosed a bold shift in the U.S. Department of Defense's priorities, moving away from vague investments in artificial intelligence and instead pouring resources into the development of autonomous killer robots. This statement, reported by Futurism on February 23, 2025, underscores a pivot from research-heavy funding models to the rapid acquisition of tangible, lethal, AI-powered weaponry, a move that has ignited both intrigue and alarm. Salakia. Speaking anonymously to Defense One, the official clarified the Pentagon's new direction, stating, "We're not going to be investing in artificial intelligence because I don't know what that means. We're going to invest in autonomous killer robots." This blunt admission, also highlighted by Yahoo News in its coverage of the same interview, signals a departure from the DoD's previous hesitancy to embrace lethal autonomous weapons laws fully. And best believe they've been working on this technology, and all this little tinker toy stuff you're seeing now is 20, 30, damn near 40 years behind of what they really have behind the scenes and what they're going to unleash. The official emphasized that the current administration listen closely, the current administration, Emperor Nero, DJ Donald Trump's administration prioritizes weapon systems and business systems over nebulous technologies, a stance that aligns with the broader push to streamline military acquisitions. And with the way Trump's moving, he looks like he very well could be that cruel lord over Egypt, spiritual Egypt, or America, in Isaiah chapter 19, I believe it's verse 5 or 6. The Washington Post, in a 2021 piece exploring the Pentagon's growing reliance on AI, foreshadowed this trend, noting that the U.S. military has long been integrating artificial intelligence into its strategy to maintain global dominance. However, The recent comments mark a more explicit commitment to machines capable of independently selecting and engaging targets. And you can look up, these AI systems and facial recognition and how they have a problem with, identifying, people of color, misidentifying them. There have been instances where somebody's face was taken and, somebody else was wrongfully arrested because the AI and the facial recognition got the system wrong. Esau's hate is designed into the AI in these systems, which are a reflection of Esau's hate. So like I've been saying, Israelites are going to be the main target of these autonomous killing systems when they're activated. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, because I know, to the layman out there, this may sound like some science fiction, and, I've had a little too much to smoke. But according to biblical prophecy, the times we're coming into, known as Jacob's trouble, is going to be worse than any other time in human history. And you can expect the unexpected, all your worst nightmares and fears to come true. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. These times are so bad that the archangel Michael is going to have to get involved to help protect the elect of the nation of Israel, that standard being set up. And there shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people, the children of Israel, shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. The elect of the nation of Israel having that protective hedge of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai over them, that standard being set up, which, just like Esau is going to bring out his arsenal, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring out his arsenal. We can expect to see, angels protecting brothers, materializing, chariots protecting brothers. I can only speak as a man and what I can think of, but just like the miraculous miracles that you read about during the times of Exodus and of our forefathers, those times will happen again. Brothers getting teleported out of a situation, to someplace else, and even some brothers getting spiritual powers. But as, for the wicked of our people who continue to be rebellious, and as it says in Isaiah chapter 30, want to go down to Egypt, and Pharaoh, Esau for help, hey, the covering of Pharaoh shall be your shame and ultimately your demise. Because that very same person you're looking to for help is going to be the very same one, that's going to be, helping you off of this plane of existence. But this is Ezekiel chapter 21. I'm going to start at verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. And when you read Psalms 17, verse 13, it says that the wicked is the sword of the Lord. And the wicked, as pursuant to Malachi 1, verse 4, the border of wickedness, and the wicked whom the earth has been given into the hands of in Job chapter 9, verse 24, are these Edomites. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai controls these Edomites, and he's going to be using them as instruments of his judgment towards the wicked of our people. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? And, right now down here in New Orleans, you've got Mardi Gras taking place with a bunch of these people out here with their mouths wide open, mouth breathing, with some cheap plastic beads on their necks and some, warm beer in their hands, having a jolly old time. When just a couple of months ago, there was a, in quotes, theist attack on Bourbon Street, just showing how dizzy these Americans, especially, 2/3 of our people are out here, when you've got all these different, signs and wonders taking place. And then you've got the prophets out here telling you of these terrible times to come. It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. So this great sword in the hand of the slayer, who's it mainly going to be on? My people, the children of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. So like I've been saying throughout the video, with these autonomous killer robots and all this other crazy stuff Esau's going to be coming with, those that are going to be in the crosshairs are going to be your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we can see how Trump's been moving with you Northern Kingdom, or your so-called Latinos, and some of you so-called Native Americans with ICE, ICE baby, and the deportation efforts. And then they even coming after some of you of the Southern Kingdom, you so-called Haitians or Levites. And it's just going to keep getting worse and worse for, you Israelites out here. Because remember, the wicked is the sword of the Lord. And Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to judge our people for their continuous rebellion against him. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16. I'm going to read verses 70 to 75. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, speaking of you Israelites. Because, Esau, he's heavily watching, the men of the Lord. He's watching all you Israelites that know you're Israelites and openly admit it. And he's going to be coming after, us heavily, but he's going to be coming after the whole nation. Only difference is that the elect, which Abarak the Zam of that number, going to have that standard set up for them. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And as we just read in that article, the Pentagon is openly talking about autonomous killer robots that can independently select targets for themselves. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Those that are, praising the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai from the west, whom that standard is going to be getting set up for, those whose names are written in the book of life. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And hey, to you sincere Akim and Akwat out there, count your blessings that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai has opened up your spiritual eyes and ears to realize that you're Israelites and to know him and his son's true name, and to guide you to the true prophets, GMS, Great Millstone, as well as the brothers coming in the spirit of GMS. Because as we get closer to the end of this thing, you can see that these other camps and these other so-called leaders out here are waxing worse and worse. I could name a few examples, but, I'm going to go too much into it. I'll just say this, the 1,000 years before we get saved crew, or, the man riding in on the ass like he's Yahweh Shai himself, wearing purple and everything. But as I said, then shall they be known who are my chosen, because Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is going to deliver his elect out of the hands of that slayer. And it's going to be far beyond anything people looked for or could even imagine. Hey, even to the elect, we're about to see some very miraculous things take place. But now I'm going to close it out in Job chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, getting the elect through all the calamities of Jacob's trouble and ultimately getting beamed up onto the chariots to be saved from the nuclear destruction. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. My servant shall eat and drink, as it says in Isaiah, I believe, chapter 68. While, the wicked of our people and, you heathens which have no hope out here shall starve and thirst and lament. And in war, from the power of the sword, that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, martial law out here, civil war, these race wars, and which is going to involve, these autonomous robots out here, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, delivering us from the sword and ultimately from World War III and that nuclear war. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So that right there is super comforting, because can you imagine living during the worst times in human history? Any, horror you can think of, what we're about to go into is going to be worse than that, but the Spirit is going to be on you at destruction and famine. Thou shalt laugh at it, because Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai is going to set up that standard and show miraculous miracles, get us out of situations like he did our forefathers in the past. And as I said, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, because you will have wild animals breaking out of the zoo, and newly created creatures out here attacking the people. But Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai is going to make his elect at peace with them. So it is imperative to you sincere Akim and Akwath out there, to continue doing what you're doing, to stay in the good graces of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. So when all hell breaks loose, that standard is set up for you. But that's it with this video. And with this video, I hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified. Just keep strong. We are almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharallah, and until next time, Shabbat Shalom.